are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Giants
and the Washington Commanders.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one, and we are underway from FedEx Field.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Carry here for Robinson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 good yards here on the run, and now third down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Powell from the gun. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
An interception on the opening drive, and you know they didn't say it verbatim this week, but you can kind of tell that this offense thought they could take advantage of the secondary, who's near the bottom of the league rankings-wise. Well, that secondary got the first laugh.
And we were worried about their confidence coming into it. Could they withstand another team throwing the football against them? How about this interception early in the game? Their confidence has to take a nice jump, doesn't it?
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it. Time number 2.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert it. It will be a 3rd and 4. Now Love.
And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw it anymore. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. Throwing here, Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, these two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Off play action. It's Howell. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Auden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Joey Sly on for the extra point.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Cook following the penalty. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. To throw now. Here's Love.
And complete right side to Cook.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Third and long as a defender, all you want to do is guard the first down line. Make sure that everything stays in front and run up there and make the tackle. They did everything exactly right except making the tackle the running back, and he ends up finding a way to pick up a first down. Brandon, that play just should not happen.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready. Off the play fake, Love. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
You know, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily in that position.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing. Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here's Tressway now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
On first down, Howell.
This is caught by Tate. Touchdown, Washington. Auden Tate, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
On the double.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Jordan Love ready on first down here.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Love from the gun.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Howell. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the have it here just past the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. First and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. The Love's throw brought in by Bellinger. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. This one fielded at the 5. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
45 yards on the ground for him so far. On second down, Cook. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Here we go, set.
First down, Love to pass. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cook up the gut. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. Again, it's Cook. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
We just saw another example. These cornerbacks are just tight coverage all game long. Let's start wanting to think about being double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. 3rd and 5. This will be the 8th play of the drive. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sims. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Jackson to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Play action this time with Love. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. Now Cook running right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Love. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
Never make the mistake with the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here. They're just quicker and fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Love, this is third and goal. Touchdown, Giants! Jalen Waddle with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Second down, Howell back to pass. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over first and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 81 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. First down, going to the air with Love. And that's complete to Shepard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
Working out of the gun. Love.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score. You throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
But his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. As a quarterback, Charles, you have to imagine that he knew that heat was coming there on that snap, but this time the pressure forces him into an interception.
Absolutely he knew, and maybe that's a spot in other parts of the game. He's going to think about just throwing that one away, but down late in the fourth quarter, he has no choice, no luxury. He's got to try and make a play, and even with that pressure around him, he tried to complete it downfield to no avail.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Back to throw. Howell. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 15-point game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This is certainly a team that's playing lots of target as buckets through the air defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This will be caught. It's Waddle on the move past the 40.
Touchdown, Giants!
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Gano the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. They're set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. Here in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Off-play action. It's Howell.
Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started.
No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Throw left side taken in by Slayton.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Love, they go play action now.
A throw right side caught by Keene.
It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll run with Cook. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD.
James Cook, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Here's Love.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was
a mistake,
yeah,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 2-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Love. Out to the right here to Shepard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now Love. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
So the second half comeback is now complete. They have battled from behind, taken the lead, and CD now they just need their defense to stand up here and secure the victory.
And remember, they were trailing by double digits, fought their way back into this one. Now we find out the true definition of a team, don't we? Because one side of the ball just did its job. Now it's time for the other one to take over. Don't let them drive downfield and get the deciding score in what time remains.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Powell to throw.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football if in it.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? With the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with a football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
4th down, Howell, desperation time. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Giants, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Washington, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.